Right now, through executive order, the governor takes action on this Earth Day, creating a new environmental justice program.
Plus, COVID cases in Dane County are rising again. We ask health experts if another mask mandate is in the future.
And prompted by the avian flu, people in Jefferson County now have another smelly problem on their hands. News 3 Now at 6 starts right now. Back in 1995, on the 25th anniversary of Earth Day, former Wisconsin Governor Gaylord Nelson asked a simple question. Do we who are here today owe anything to future generations of people and other living things? Well, today, Governor Evers responded, signing an order to create the Office of Environmental Justice.
The office will work to stave off the effects of climate change and pollution, some of which hits the state's most vulnerable populations the hardest. Political reporter Will Keneally has more on the plans. Will?
So this is the second office Evers has created to address climate issues. 3 years ago, he created the Office of Clean Energy. I spoke with the director of that office, Maria Redmond, to better understand just how important equity is when talking about climate.
It's really just assuring that that people are actively engaged.
For Maria Redmond, it's about getting people to the table on the issues that acutely impact them.
Historically, our tribal nations, our indigenous communities, Black, Hispanic, Latino, Hmong American, Asian American, a lot of communities of color are not participating.
But it's not just about inviting them.
We need to go to their tables and understand what their communities are dealing with.
That's what we're talking about when she says environmental justice, the focus of Evers' new agency.
Because of how climate change impacts a community is often determined by their vulnerability and resilience, less resourced communities who already face inequities are at a greater risk.
This environmental justice piece is an essential part of the work we do to protect Wisconsinites, our air, our land, and our water, especially for those who have traditionally worked, lived, and played closest to areas of pollution.
While a lot of these policies will play out at the state level, Redmond says Wisconsinites themselves can work towards these goals.
Reach out to the Office of Sustainability and Clean Energy and get involved, and we will work with as many people as we possibly can on this.
So what can Wisconsinites do? Redmond recommends checking with your local municipality to see what programs are already in place. This could include assistance in installing solar panels on your house or, for example, switching your heating to more renewable sources.
That's right, Will. Thank you. A lot we can do. Since Earth Day's conception back in 1970, on average, more than 1 billion people across the globe mobilized for action on Earth Day. But did you know the first Earth Day got its start right here in Wisconsin? Senator Gaylord Nelson, at the time, was concerned for the deteriorating environment and saw how energized that college students were for the anti-war movement. So Nelson, a Democrat, got Republican Congressman Pete McCloskey to help organize a national day for campus teach-ins regarding the environment. Well, they chose today, April 22nd, because it fell between spring break and final exams, hoping it would maximize participation. In that first year, more than 20 million people took action for the already hurting environment.
In honor of Earth Day, a new public art project is being unveiled in the UW Arboretum. The sculpture series is called Canopy Understories, created by a couple of Madison-based artists and UW alumni. They're made up of lightweight materials that are used by the aviation industry and held aloft by a metallic cable and hardware developed for rock climbing.
Some people call these helicopters. These are the Samara seed pods that fall from our Wisconsin state tree, the sugar maple. And they represent color in motion through art. So these are sculptures highlighting that process.
A second sculpture in this series will be unveiled next Friday. They'll be on display through April 2023 and can be enjoyed in all seasons for the upcoming year.
Well, check this out. New video from the Milwaukee County Zoo, and they say they are using old fire hoses and repurposing them to enrich the animal shelters there. And as you can see, they are quite the hit. According to the zoo, the hoses were donated by the Wauwatosa Fire Department. Mother Nature keeping things cool and dry dreary today. Let's get a look at your certified most accurate forecast. Here is Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
Well, Eric, there's warm air not too far to our south. Temperatures are in the middle 80s in central Illinois, and we'll see a big warm up for tomorrow. But today it's the clouds and the showers that have been around. But notice that clearing across southern Iowa and west central Illinois. That's the leading edge of the warm air that's spreading northward. Now, there have been some thunderstorms to our south, even a couple of severe thunderstorms just north of the Quad Cities in northwestern Illinois, although those storms have weakened a bit. We'll have to see if any more storms fire up along the warm front as it lifts northward during the next couple of hours. Some showers developing across parts of Rock County right now. Rainfall so far, generally about an inch or a little bit more from Madison southward, about a half inch north of town. Last night, temperatures only fell into the upper 30s and lower 40s. High temperatures, or current temperatures, are right around 50, although it is warmer in southwestern Wisconsin as some of that milder air starts heading in our direction. So look for temperatures to rise overnight. We'll be near 60 by tomorrow morning, and look for a windy and milder day tomorrow with a high of 78 degrees. Some storms are in the forecast for tomorrow night, and then colder weather for next week. I'll have more on that in the forecast in a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. And a reminder to stay up to date on all things local weather. Check out our free First Warn weather app, interactive radar, forecasts, and much, much more, all free on your device. In our COVID road to recovery, Dane County public health officials are again urging everyone to stay up to date on their vaccinations and boosters.
This as the county has moved up to the medium level of COVID spread. Health officials say Dane County's high vaccination rate has helped hospitalizations stay low, but case numbers are creeping up again. Currently, the daily average is about 160 new cases.
Our rise in case activity has been happening for more than a few weeks, and our hospitalizations have stayed relatively low. That doesn't mean people aren't getting severely ill, which is unfortunate to know is happening, but we haven't seen that similar rise yet.
She says as of now, Dane County is not at a place where mask mandates will need to happen. For the second straight year, COVID was the third leading cause of death in the United States in 2021. That's according to data released today by the CDC. Only heart disease and cancer killed more Americans last year. In Wisconsin, nearly 6,000 people died from the virus in 2021. More than 14,000 Wisconsinites have died since the start of the pandemic.
Developing tonight, another Republican candidate throwing his hat into a crowded gubernatorial primary today. Business owner Tim Michels filed the paperwork today. Michels joins former Lieutenant Governor Rebecca Clayfish, former Marine Kevin Nicholson, and State Representative Tim Rampton on the ticket. Michels, you may recall, ran for U.S. Senate, losing to Russ Feingold back in 2004. That primary set for August 9th. A Wisconsinite and Native American made a decades-long career out of shattering glass ceilings in the Army National Guard. Now she is retiring and going into the private sphere. And we're talking about Brigadier General Joan Matthews. She's from the Lac du Flambeau Reservation in northern Wisconsin. While she finished her career as the first female Native American to serve as Deputy Adjutant General, she was also the first in a slew of other roles.
Well, when I first joined the Army years ago, I sat down with my two sisters and we talked about our goals and what was our goal at the time, and we each had our own career goals and aspirations. And I said, if I make Lieutenant Colonel, I'll be so happy. And I made Lieutenant Colonel, and then I made Colonel, and I made General Officer. And I never in my wildest dreams, number one, thought I would be serving beyond my 6-year obligation. And number two, I never thought I would make General Officer.
She shares a number of stories with our Naomi Coles, and you can watch this on Sunday on For the Record at 10:30, right after Face the Nation.
It's been nearly a month since 2.7 million chickens were killed and buried following a bird flu outbreak on the Cold Springs Egg Farm in Jefferson County. Those chickens were buried on a site in Palmyra nearly a month ago, but there is a new concern. Courtney Sisk reports.
Most of us around here are not happy.
Lyle Broughton lives across the street from a site where nearly 3 million chickens were disposed after a bird flu outbreak on an egg farm in Palmyra in March.
I mean, holy cats, that's a lot of birds.
While neighbors have worries about what the decaying birds will do to the ground, it's now what they're smelling in the air that's top of mind.
And you can smell it. You can smell it now.
Ed DeLeon lives about a mile northeast of Broughton and the disposal site. But on Thursday, the wind was blowing just right.
It's a god-awful smell. It just smells like death. And it's constantly, when that wind, west wind blows straight to the east, I can't even stand it myself.
He said they noticed the putrid scent shortly after the birds were buried.
Yeah, it's like living next to a big garbage dump.
The sour smell so bad his family is changing the way they live.
You know, I mean, I'll come outside for a few minutes or whatever, but then I'll go in the house. If people were to come over, I'm going to tell them, don't come over here because you're not going to want to sit outside. You're not going to be able to breathe because it'll smell like, you know, just like I said, it smells like death.
It's leaving these residents few options other than to wait it out.
We don't know when this is going to go away. I'm assuming it's going to take quite a while to rot 2.7 million birds.
That was Courtney Sisk reporting. The DNR says the last pile of birds was constructed last weekend, and the piles will remain composting for approximately 28 days from that time.
Around Wisconsin, a raise has been approved for all Milwaukee public school staff. Last night, members unanimously approved the 4.7% pay increase for all employees, from kitchen staff to teachers. The district says the raise is meant to counteract rising inflation. The school anticipates another big pay hike next year. Still ahead at 6. Tomorrow is shaping up to be nice. Gary will have his full forecast.
But first, we'll meet a Wisconsin man proving that life is better with laughter. Stay with us.
Wow, look what $1 buys right now at Ashley. Entire room groups for as low as $1 a day. Discounts up to 65% off. 60-month special financing. A $1,000 purchase only costs $21 per month. Plus no money down on in-stock items. Only at Ashley.
How do you use your energy? Fueling your drive to deliver hope for neighbors in need? At Alliant Energy, we're creating more clean, renewable energy every single day to power what matters to you. Alliant Energy, powering beyond.
We're not just massage envy. We're also facials that get your skin glowing envy. We're talking, dang girl, you look good kind of envy.
All right, tell me your secret and lunch is on me.
This Mother's Day, buy one 60-minute facial session and get a second session free. Massage envy facials, where better begins.
It's like I'm downloading in slow motion. Wish we had better internet.
That's right, it's me, Charlie. Wish specialist for Spectrum. Let's get that wish granted.
How?
Spectrum Internet delivers speeds of 200 megabits for a stronger connection on all your devices. Here, yeah, and here. Plus, get a free modem and free desktop security to keep your kids safe online.
Get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month. Call 833-768-4999.
Why do we need all these remotes? I wish our shows were in one place.
Spectrum TV makes it easy to find your favorites. Plus, you'll have access to over 85,000 titles on demand. And with the free Spectrum TV app, you can watch live sports, news, and more on any device, anywhere.
Get Spectrum TV for $49.99 a month. Call 833-768-4999.
I wish we didn't have a contract. Granted.
Oh, he's good. Switch to Spectrum Internet or TV, or get them both for $49.99 a month each, all with no contracts. Call 833-768-4999.
Wow, look what $1 buys right now at Ashley. Get a Tempur-Pedic or Purple mattress for $1 a day. Guaranteed delivery within 5 days on all in-stock mattresses. 60-month special financing, plus no money down. Only at Ashley.
Welcome back. Quick traffic note for early next week. Starting Monday at 7 a.m., the intersection of Odana at Deerholt Road, they'll be closed for construction there. That's right near the golf course. It's expected to be closed for more than a week through the end of the day on Tuesday, May 3rd. They say laughter is the best medicine. One Wisconsin man is proving that after beating the odds many times over.
Barrett Tryon introduces us to a comedian who reminds us not to take life too seriously.
I've been in a wheelchair for 25 years, product of a rare neurological disease.
Eric Scribner has a lesson for all of us.
I was blinded and completely blinded and paralyzed in 36 hours.
Even when life throws you a curveball.
At 50, I decided, hey, this is the time to start comedy. So I started about 6 months ago.
To never give up.
I like to hear people laugh. I like laughing. I've always been a wisecracker.
We caught up with Eric at a coffee shop in downtown Appleton.
My shtick is my wheelchair. Okay, tonight I'm going to start out with my hair.
Before heading over to Skyline Comedy Club.
Screaming, ladies and gentlemen, screaming!
Wednesdays are open mic nights, and Scribby, as he's known, tried his act on the crowd.
Well, I cut my own hair last night. Won't be doing that again.
His lesson in laughs is one that goes much deeper than that.
That's the best part of the story. A guy in a wheelchair doing stand-up. And that's really kind of what got me going in the wheelchair, saying, yeah, why not? That's funny in and of itself, and if you can't laugh at the big problems in life, you can have trouble laughing at the small ones. I recently got some new sneakers, actually 25 years ago, white, and they still look brand spanking new. My secret, never let them touch the ground.
Reminding us to slow down.
You meet some great people in life, in all situations.
And appreciate all life has to offer.
You guys have been great. Have a good night. Bye now.
That was Barrett Tryon reporting. Stand-up comedy is just one of many of Eric's talents. The former marathon runner is also an accomplished painter. He's written books, and he's also a motivational speaker. There is more to come tonight at 6.
Up next, a pair of popular local events making their debut today for the first time in a couple years. And we'll tell you how you can check them out. Plus, after a soggy end of the work week, things are looking up for tomorrow. Gary has his full forecast next.
Create your perfect room for relaxing, entertaining, and more with patio enclosures. Right now, get 25% off your sunroom. Plus, enjoy exceptional financing. Call today. Patio enclosures.
It's Chevy Truck Month, and it's time to add the perfect accessories to your new Chevy. Make it bolder. Make it work harder. Make it your own. Find new possibilities. Find new roads. Very well qualified buyers can get 0% financing on most Chevy pickup trucks. Plus, now during Truck Month, get a $1,000 accessory allowance toward the eligible purchase of a new Chevy truck with accessories. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
There are so many things we take for granted, and along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for granted too. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
Double up on savings exclusively at Grand Appliance during the Spring Savings Double Up Sale. Get double rebates on select purchases of our most popular appliance and grill brands and unbeatable package deals. Like this Frigidaire 4-piece kitchen with counter depth refrigerator for just $23.92. Or this LG 4-piece kitchen for just $29.36. Shop your local showroom or grandappliance.com. Grand Appliance. You make it home, we make it grand.
Save big money with 11% off everything at Menards, including all Suncast storage sheds. Keep your outdoor supplies, tools, and valuables secure and protected with Suncast storage sheds. The 8-foot by 10-foot Tremont outdoor shed is low maintenance and has reinforced construction for added strength and stability, while the lockable metal handles and hinges add extra security. All Suncast outdoor storage sheds are 11% off right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards. Create your perfect room for relaxing, entertaining, and more with patio enclosures. Right now, get 25% off your sunroom. Plus, enjoy exceptional financing. Call today. Patio enclosures.
This is some video from earlier this week as the UW Varsity Band prepares for its first spring concert since the start of the pandemic. Tonight is the night at the Kohl Center. The band will perform shows tonight and tomorrow. Both concerts start at 7:30. Tickets are $25, $15 for UW students. All proceeds benefit the Badger Band program. Today also marks the first day of the return of the Midwest Horse Fair since the pandemic.
And a reminder, if you're planning to drive down by the Alliant Energy Center this weekend, expect backups and some delays. It is the largest 3-day horse fair in the country and includes 300 clinics, seminars, and educational educational events presented by some of the top horse professionals from all around the United States, and things will wrap up on Sunday. And after a rainy Friday, things are looking up for tomorrow. Here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti, is certified most accurate weather. Gary?
Yeah, big warm-up on the way. Today, of course, is the 52nd anniversary of the first Earth Day that started on April 22nd back in 1970. Our friends over at Climate Central have shown how the country has warmed up since then due to climate change. Here in Wisconsin, 2.6-degree increase in temperatures since 1970. The most pronounced warming has been in the northeastern and southwestern parts of the country, where over 3 degrees of temperature increase has been reported. And of course, Alaska being close to the Arctic Circle, that's where the most extreme changes have taken place, and their temperatures are 4 degrees or more warmer than they were back in 1970 during the first Earth Day. 3 things you need to know in our forecast. We're going to see it warm up tomorrow, not because of climate change, but because of brisk southerly winds that'll bring temperatures up into the upper 70s. But showers and a few thunderstorms tomorrow night into Sunday morning will be followed by a change toward colder weather as we head into next week. By Monday, high temperatures will be back in the 40s and will be there for a couple of days. High-resolution radar shows some showers and thunderstorms popping up pretty quickly right along a line just right along I-3990, essentially, from south of Madison to around Janesville. These are heading off toward the east and northeast. The atmosphere is unstable enough aloft that we can see thunderstorms pop up at any point this evening, and you can see those have popped up pretty quickly. Others down to the south became severe. Those are weakening as they push into parts of northwestern Illinois, but there's a warm front just south of this area of storms, and that's what's fueling the thunderstorms aloft. The severe weather threat minimal. Hail would be the main threat, and there's a marginal risk for an isolated severe thunderstorm, mainly west of Madison during the evening hours. Tomorrow, severe weather threat highest out to the west, level 2 or slight risk across Minnesota and Iowa. A marginal risk for perhaps an isolated storm remaining severe as it crosses over the Mississippi River into Wisconsin. Rainfall amounts generally about 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch, but there'll be some spots that could pick up over an inch and heavier thunderstorms through tomorrow night into early Sunday morning. Temperatures right now, 40s and 50s here. Look at where that warm front is. 77 right now in Des Moines, Iowa. So compared to 24 hours ago, our temperatures are about 15 degrees colder. To the south and west, those temperatures are about 15 degrees warmer. And that's that up and down temperature swing that we've seen so far this season. You see, as the rain moves out, the skies are clearing to the south, and that's where temperatures are warmer. Here's a warm front that's generating those showers and thunderstorms. Take a look at the difference in temperatures. 50 in Madison, 35 International Falls, Minnesota, 91 right now in North Platte, Nebraska. Tomorrow, look for a high of 78 here in Madison, thanks to strong southerly winds that will continue through the day. Showers, thunderstorms moving out of here by midnight, and then skies start to clear overnight as temperatures climb into the upper 50s and lower 60s. Highs tomorrow in the upper 70s. Some scattered showers and thunderstorms tomorrow night into early Sunday morning. Sunday, temperatures stay nearly steady in the middle 60s as winds shift around to the west. Rainfall amounts, again, 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch, but some areas picking up over a 1/2 inch and a heavier thunderstorm. 7 to 10 day forecast. There's the chilly weather for early next week. Highs mid to upper 40s. We're back in the 50s at least by the end of the week, but there'll also be some rain chances at that time.
Well, the rain is putting a damper on Wisconsin's softball series opener with Nebraska. We got more details on that series coming up next in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Hamilton in Madison at Overture Hall. Get tickets at overture.org.
In the military, we call it dereliction of duty. Ron Johnson is supposed to serve Wisconsin. Instead, he served himself. An investigation found Ron Johnson pushed through a special tax loophole that benefited his own family's business. Then he cashed out of the company for $5 million. Ron Johnson has doubled his wealth since taking office. That's a dereliction of duty. Tell Ron Johnson to stop passing tax laws that benefit himself.
Impatience is a virtue. When you know what you want, waiting isn't an option.
New Balance Madison, we got now.
Fry Construction invites you to celebrate spring with our big Spring Thaw sale. We're talking about savings of 22%. Many of your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best Roofer 2 years in a row. Experience the best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Get on board with our Spring Thaw sale. Save 22% off gutters or insulation with any full roofing project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
How do you use your energy? Giving back to your community? Fueling your drive to deliver hope for neighbors in need? At Alliant Energy, we're creating more clean, renewable energy every single day to power what matters to you. Because even during the most powerful moments in our lives, we're not thinking about power. We're thinking about a brighter future. Alliant Energy, powering beyond.
Want to know right now what the weather will be like for tomorrow? Download the First Warn Weather app and get my 48-hour forecast to help plan your day.
The First Warn Weather app. Get it now. Powered by News 3 Now.
Spring football is officially in the books for the Badgers, and the best part about this time of the year to Paul Chryst is that it's a perfect time to make mistakes, correct them, and then not do them again. Case in point, Graham Mertz. His mindset and arm talent are there, but the consistent part hasn't been. That theme was on display this spring. There were flashes of good and bad, and Coach Chryst hopes the good plays stay.
You can't be the other stuff without being efficient, without taking care of the ball. And I thought, you know, throughout spring there was times and days where it was good, and I thought there was times where it got, where you say that can't be, you know, and if it's reinforced in April, okay, but, you know, I think there's also a false reality in that you can't keep making the same mistakes.
Wisconsin and Nebraska were supposed to play Game 1 of their 3-game series today, but Mother Nature had other plans. The rain pushed the series opener to tomorrow, so now it's a doubleheader on Saturday starting at noon. Sunday's finale is still set for 1 o'clock. And the big thing to watch when these two meet, how the Badgers pitching handles the Huskers' high-powered offense. Nebraska is putting up nearly 8 runs per game in Big Ten play this season, but Yvette Healy likes her best against their bats.
I love our pitchers against them. You know, we do a nice job changing speeds, but it's going to be just a physical back and forth game. I love the fight from our pitchers that I told them, get ready for a 9-7 ball game, and they were fired up. They did not like that scouting report that they said we'll see, and so I think I've already poked the bear, and Maddie Schwartz is ready to come out and ready for that battle.
Several Wisconsin coaches are getting contract extensions. Among them are Greg Gard, Mark Johnson, Marissa Mosley, and Tony Granado. Before the agreements were announced, UW Athletic Director Chris McIntosh released a statement about Granado, saying that he was returning after this season, and he knows that Tony will work hard to lead the program in a direction that will return Wisconsin to prominence. And it's almost game time in Chicago. Tonight is Game 3 of the Eastern Conference quarterfinals. Bucks looking to bounce back from a tough loss on Wednesday night, which also sidelined Chris Middleton for at least 2 weeks with a sprained MCL. Tip-off is coming up at 7:30. We're going to have more at 10.
All right. Thank you, Jordan. Let's go to Gary. Final check of the forecast.
Some showers and thunderstorms developing pretty rapidly between Madison and Janesville, right along I-3990 there. You can see how quickly this stuff pops up. So, I mean, there's enough unstable air aloft that we could see some showers and thunderstorms yet this evening before a warm front comes through. Temperatures right now, 40s north and east of Madison, 50s to the south and west. Temperatures will rise overnight. Look for a high tomorrow of 78 degrees with brisk southerly winds, but just as quickly we'll turn cold with high temperatures in the 40s for the first part of next week.
Gary, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Have a good evening, everybody. Hope to see you back here tonight at 10.